Principle number 5, adjust life by intuition. The way is not in the sky, the way is in the heart. Ah, that is the Buddha. Buddha said this. And we talked about the heart earlier, the heart brain connection. And this gets more into the heart of our guiding force. So sometimes I do feel like when I teach my yoga classes, that I teach often about intuition. It's this feeling of getting back into the body, the feeling of the body, the feeling of what feels right. I love this principle, the principle of intuition, because I think intuition is one of the most understated parts of the human superpower. And it is subtle. It is a subtle part of our self, and we all have it. We're all connected to it, and it guides us. It can guide us when we're connected to it. So the feeling that I really got when I went on my journey is that coming back into the body got me into this much more of a sensory. So the senses, the feeling on the skin, the feeling of the skin, the feeling of the bones, the aching, the pain, the listening to the body. And then as you listen to the body, you start to know something about that doesn't feel good for me. I don't actually feel like having spicy food today. I actually feel like eating something sweet. And this really came through to me when I was pregnant. I didn't read too many books when I was pregnant. I really allowed my body to guide me, and it guided me really interestingly. In the first few months of my pregnancy, the first trimester, I ate a lot of salad. I could not get enough of the watery things. I was constantly thirsty. And then afterwards, I went into, yeah, much, I can't remember exactly what the second trimester. And then the last trimester was a lot of olives, which was quite interesting as the development of the baby, because olives are a superfood. So, and then when I went in and was researching a little bit later on, it was saying that the first trimester actually is when the child is developing the water body. And I was just thinking, wow, that's amazing. My body, I trusted my body to grow this baby because, my brain is not growing this baby. My body is growing this baby. So, the best thing to do is let my body guide me, but only because of my deep relationship with my body was I able to really listen and honor what my choices were. Now, also, our bodies are very much a product of our habitual ways of being. So, sometimes we need to go through a little bit of a retraining before we can come back into the intuitive. So if you have a craving for chocolate, that could be an old sweet tooth. So it's a really important to get to the almost like a neutralizing. So this is where those beautiful fasts can come in, and these kind of things that neutralize our habits. So taking some salt away, taking some of those habitual things away, taking coffee away for a few days, changing your habits so that they don't become just another thing that you kind of just fall into, but actually be awake to your choices. So I mean, we're all have our habits that we do. It kind of, we become creatures of these habits. So but that's the amazing thing. The human actually is not, doesn't have to be a creature of habit. We can be totally live to the moment, and this is something that I feel sometimes a little bit out of society, because sometimes I am not always in a habit. I want to do something differently, and I feel like let's go and do this, and everybody else is not ready to do that. I'm talking about family, of course. They're used to doing something else. So, and but I think it's great. It's a great thing to be able to intuitively sense what the next step is for you, and also the next step for your life and your choice. And often this is the freedom that we don't realize we have. We do have a choice of when we can drink water. We have a choice, well, not everybody, but I would say that a large amount of people do have a choice. And I think that we're very privileged when we do have a choice. Sometimes traditional societies, don't make those choices as easy. And I think that is one of the benefits of living sometimes out of a traditional modern society. We often get down on the Western world because, there's not enough traditionalism. But what the Western world has given us is choice. We have more choices. So, but the thing is freedom has a cost, and the cost is that there is reasons where these traditions actually came in. Traditions came from places that helped humanity. So a traditional yoga practice is a helpful thing until it becomes dogmatic. When it becomes something you have to do, then the choice is eliminated. So we must always know where these practices are coming from, where these choices are coming from, in the sense of, and the in the sense of, why are we doing this? What are we doing this for? And that comes down to that feeling inside of deep connection, love. This is good for my body. This is good for the people around me. This is good for the planet. And that can come down to that simple choice can come down to, is this good? Is this goodness in this? So, and what is the effects afterwards? What is this choice how is it going to affect? Drinking that glass of water in general is a good choice to for your body, and it makes you a better person, so that's kind of the idea behind intuition, tapping back into your intuition, and that feeling inside of you that's urging you forward into somewhere different, or a different choice to be made. Maybe choosing to be vegetarian for a day because you're getting the feeling that, an animal based diet is not something that you feel like doing anymore. There's something inside of you that doesn't feel good about it anymore. That's a good choice. That's a good choice for the animals. So I'm not saying that you have to do that, but it may come one day. One day doesn't have to be every single day, but one day it's like, actually, that's what I feel like. I'm not in the place of habit. I'm in the place of choice. I hope that that made sense for number 5, and I look forward to seeing you for number 6.